5. Chevy trucks, right now, sitting on lots in 2026 for less than a used golf cart. The 1995 TBIGMT 400, the 1998 Vortec 1500, the 2000 to 2002 GMT 800 Silverado, the 2003 to 2006 2500 HD with the 6-liter gas V8, and the 2007 Classic. Used truck prices climbed almost 8% industry-wide this year, according to dealer auction data. But these 5 years didn't move an inch. They're stuck at the bottom of the market, and that gap between what they're worth and what they're priced at is exactly where the value is hiding. A brand new Silverado LT starts around $68,000 this year. These 5 trucks, $3,500 to under $10,000 out the door. Dealers ignore them because there's no touchscreen, no resale hype, nothing shiny to sell you on. But for buyers who do their homework, that's exactly why they're still cheap. Here's what you're getting today, which years to target, what to actually pay, and the 3 checks that separate a zero repair truck from an expensive lesson. Start with the 1995. This is the last year Chevy ran throttle body injection before switching to Vortec in 1996, and that timing makes it the sweet spot on this entire list. Throttle body injection sounds complicated. It isn't. Fuel gets metered through a simple mechanical throttle body, not a computer-heavy injection system with a dozen sensors that can fail. A guy with a socket set and a multimeter can diagnose most problems in his own driveway. No dealer scan tool required, no guessing. So why 1995 specifically, and not 1994 or 1996? 1994 added the driver airbag and an updated dash, nice upgrades, but it is still running the same simple fuel system. 1996 is where Chevy swapped in Vortec heads and added more electronic complexity. 1995 sits right in the middle. You get the modern comfort upgrades from 1994, and you keep the mechanical simplicity that is about to disappear the very next year. The data backs this up. Enthusiast forums like GMT400.com document these trucks regularly hitting 300,000 to 350,000 miles on the original engine. Some owners report crossing 400,000 with nothing more than basic maintenance. That's not a fluke. That's mechanical simplicity doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Before you buy one, ask about the throttle body condition. These units build up carbon around the injector tip after 30 years, and that shows up as a rough idle or a hesitation when you first hit the gas. Cleaning it costs about $15 in throttle body cleaner and takes maybe 20 minutes total. That's not a red flag. That's normal upkeep on a fuel system this old. Price target for 2026, $3,500 to $5,000 for a clean example. If someone's asking more than $6,000, walk away, unless it is showroom condition with paperwork to match. A retired contractor in the Midwest still runs his 1995 Silverado every fall, hauling firewood, same original engine under the hood. 2 transmission rebuilds over the years, sure, but he will tell you flat out the truck owes him nothing at this point. That's not luck. That's what happens when a truck gets built simple and gets driven right, and it proves something bigger than just one good year. Old tech survives when there is less of it to break in the first place. If throttle body injection was step 1, Vortec was step 2. Same reliability logic, just a little more power under the hood. Vortec isn't some marketing buzzword. It's a revised cylinder head and intake design that improved airflow, and Chevy did it without piling on electronic complexity. The 5.7-liter Vortec in the 1998 1500 is proof that an engine can get better without getting more fragile. Owners on forums document these 5.7-liter engines running 300,000 miles with nothing but routine maintenance. Original engine, original rear end, still working trucks today. That's not rare in this generation. That's the norm. There's one thing worth checking before you hand over cash, though. These 5.7 Vortec engines used a plastic intake manifold gasket that can wear out over time and let coolant seep into the oil. Check the oil condition before you buy. If it looks milky or discolored, that's coolant contamination, and it's a $500 to $700 gasket job, not a blown engine. If the oil looks clean, you're in the clear. Price target for the 98 Vortec, $4,000 to $6,000, depending on rust and mileage. This is the truck that quietly rewards buyers who skip the flashier late 90s trims and just want something that starts every morning. Now here is where the pattern shifts. From 2000 to 2002, Chevy brought the first fully redesigned Silverado platform, the GMT 800. And this 3-year window is the one to target, not because it is the newest, but because it is the simplest version of that new platform. 2003 brought a body style refresh that added complexity and cost. So from 2000 to 2002, Chevy's new platform existed before the electronics started piling on. Here is the detail most buyers miss. These trucks use a cable-actuated throttle, not an electronic throttle body. That means no throttle position sensor failure, sending the truck into limp mode the way later trucks do. On a modern truck, a failed electronic throttle body assembly can run $400 to $800 in parts and labor. The cable system on these early 2000 era trucks almost never fails, and if it ever does, you are looking at under $50 to fix it. Price target, $5,000 to $8,000 for a well-kept example. Higher mileage trucks with maintenance records can be found under $5,000 if you are patient. What keeps both of these years cheap is not a lack of quality. It is reputation lag. Buyers remember these as old trucks and price them like it. The data says otherwise. 2 gas engine trucks down. Now here's the one most buyers walk right past because they are too busy chasing a diesel badge. Everybody wants a Duramax. That's the assumption, right? Diesel means reliability. Diesel means it will run forever. But here's what the diesel crowd doesn't advertise. Injector and turbo repairs past 200,000 miles can run $10,000 to $15,000. That's not a repair bill. That's a second truck payment on a truck you already own. The 2003 to 2006 2500 HD with the 6-liter gas. V8 skips all of that. No turbo to fail, no high-pressure injectors running at diesel pressures, no emissions equipment stacked on top of emissions equipment. It is a simple pushrod V8, the same mechanical formula that's carried Chevy trucks for decades, just built heavier to handle the 2500 HD frame. Fleet managers already know this. Repair logs from companies running mixed fleets, gas and diesel side by side, show the 6-liter gas trucks costing 20 to 30% less per year in upkeep than the diesel version. No surprise turbo failures, no injector replacement bills, just predictable labor hours and parts that cost what parts should cost. These trucks also hold up better under load than most buyers expect. The 6-liter gas V8 is rated to tow around 12,000 pounds when it is properly equipped, plenty for a landscaping trailer or a mid-sized camper. If you are towing regularly, stick to a 3,000-mile oil change interval, not the 5,000-mile interval printed in the Chevy manual. That one habit alone can add years to the engine. Price target for 2026, $6,000 to $9,000 for a 2500 HD gas truck with over 150,000 miles on it. Well-kept examples still land under $10,000. And if you are willing to take on a project, some of these show up under $5,000, needing nothing but patience and a little cosmetic work. Now the last truck on this list, and it might be the most misunderstood year Chevy ever built. 2007. Chevy sold 2 completely different trucks that year, and most buyers have no idea. There is the new GMT 900 body style, the redesign everybody remembers, and there is the classic, a carryover that kept building the old GMT 800 platform alongside it. Here is why that matters. The new 2007 body style introduced active fuel management, a system that shuts off half the cylinders during light driving to save gas at the pump. Sounds great on paper. In practice, it is documented to cause lifter failures and expensive valve train repairs once these trucks cross 100,000 miles. The classic skips Active fuel management completely. Same proven engine as the 2000 to 2006 trucks we already covered. Same simple mechanics, same low repair bills. Price target, $5,000 to $8,000. Look for the word classic on the trim badge or the door sticker. That one word confirms you are buying the old platform, not the new one with the lifter problem hiding under the hood. Buyers who chased the new body style in 2007 paid more money for a truck that costs more to keep alive. That is not a good trade. Getting to zero repairs is not luck. It is knowing exactly what to check before the cash changes hands. First, ground straps. Corroded or broken ground straps cause what feels like a haunted electrical system, flickering gauges, random warning lights, a truck that will not start for no reason anyone can explain. Check them first. They cost under $20 to replace, and a bad ground has fooled more buyers into walking away from a good truck than almost any other issue on this list. Second, transmission fluid. Any truck running the 4L60E transmission, pull the dipstick before you agree to anything. Fluid should look red or light brown. If it is dark or it smells burnt, that is a $1,800 to $2,500 problem waiting to happen. Third, brake lines. The GMT 400 and GMT 800 trucks are known for brake line corrosion, especially in states that salt the roads every winter. Have a mechanic check the lines underneath before you hand over a single dollar. This is a cheap fix if you catch it early, and a dangerous, expensive one if you do not. Fourth, the serpentine belt tensioner. These pulleys wear out quietly over 20 or 30 years, and a failing one sounds like a squeal on cold mornings that fades once the engine warms up. Replacing a tensioner runs about $80 in parts. Ignore it, and you're looking at a snapped belt that takes out your alternator, power steering pump, and battery charging all at once, and now you are stranded instead of driving. 4 checks, 20 minutes with a flashlight. That is what separates a zero repair truck from an expensive mistake. 5 specific years, 5 specific engines, all under $10,000, most of them under $6,000. The 1995 TBI, the 1998 Vortec, the 2000 to 2002 GMT 800, the 2003 to 2006 2500 HD gas, and the 2007 Classic. The newest truck on a lot is never automatically the safest bet. The simplest one usually is. So tell me, which one of these 5 are you already driving, or which one would you trust for a cross-country drive tomorrow? Drop it in the comments and subscribe if you want more real numbers on old trucks worth buying.